It's a storm, it's a gale, spinning tails like hurricanes. Through the laughter and the hail, humor makes the heavy rains. Casino money lost in the whirlwind of thought. Tarzan's in the jungle, clapping cheeks uncaught. Jesus had low T, but we turn it up high. On allegedly lane, we let the limits fly. And the wind and the wit, hurricane of talking shit, bringing life through every skit. In the eye will always fit. We're laughing in the storm, dancing in the rain. Life's a punchline or maybe a hurricane. Every chat, every comment fuels our spree. This live wild ride is where we'll always be. We're the wind and the wit, hurricane of talking shit, bringing light through every skit. In the eye will always fit. We're laughing in the storm, dancing in the rain. Life's a punchline or maybe a hurricane. Every chat, every comment fuels our spree. This live wild ride is where we'll always be. It's a storm, it's a gale, spinning tails like hurricanes. Through the laughter and the hail, humor makes the heavy rains. Casino money lost in the whirlwind of thought. Tarzan's in the jungle, clapping cheeks uncaught. Jesus had low T, but we turn it up high. On allegedly lane, we let the limits fly. And the wind and the wit, hurricane of talking shit, bringing life through every skit. In the eye will always fit. We're laughing in the storm, dancing in the rain. Life's a punchline or maybe a hurricane. Every chat, every comment fuels our spree. This live wild ride is where we'll always be. We're the wind and the wit, hurricane of talking shit, bringing light through every skit. In the eye will always fit. We're laughing in the storm, dancing in the rain. Life's a punchline or maybe a hurricane. Every chat, every comment fuels our spree. This live wild ride is where we'll always be.
What's good, Hurricane homies? Back for another Tubular Tuesday. It's your boy, the Juggernaut Jester Josh, aka the Grizzly Bear. Got a lot to talk about today. Conspiracies galore and all that jazz. What up, Jer? What is up, dude? Conspiracies galore out there, dude. From Fortnite conspiracies to Jeffrey Epstein conspiracies to Big Donnie T conspiracies to Joey B conspiracies to Egyptian conspiracies, ancient American conspiracies. We got conspiracies out the wazookie. And we're going to dive right in. So put your fucking goggles on, strap in, keep your hands, feet, and objects inside the cart at all time. Because we're about to take a roller coaster ride on the retard conspiracy train. It's what it is. Oh, and we can't forget about the saucer tops, chat. Yeah, the saucer tops. Yeah. Do you know what saucer tops are, Jared? Not what? Do you know who the saucer tops are? We're talking saucer tops. On saucer tops conspiracies, dude. Alright, think about it. What type of people look like they got little flying saucers on the top of their head? Eh? One group of people that are under a lot of scrutiny right now look like they've got little flying saucers on their noggin. Could it possibly be the JOOs? Hmm. For the YouTube algorithm purposes, I'm not going to say the actual word with the EWS because that's how you get your videos with no views. I've learned the hard way. So I will now be referring to them as saucer tops. And that's final. Until I come up with a more fun name. Until I come up with a cooler name for them. Because, you know, there's a podcast I listen to. And they call Indian people, like from India, they call them laser beams. Because it looks like somebody's shining a laser beam at their forehead. So it gave me the idea, all right, cool. I can talk about groups of people on my podcast by creating my own language. So what types of people can't I talk freely about? As a white guy, as a straight white male, what types of people can I talk about without saying what they are that's going to get me triggered in the algorithm? No podcast is better than this one. I'd agree with that. There's some out there that are trying to give a run for the money. But all of that was to say that it gave me the realization that I can stay true to myself and skirt around the YouTube algorithm. Hey, algorithm. What's up, dude? Yeah, I can talk about the saucer tops all I want and their tunnels. Yeah, and how they're just killing all of those. Now we got to come up with a name for the Listinians. My pal, the Listinians. That's what I'll call them, my pals. Okay? So my pals are beefing with the saucer tops, right? Okay? And the saucer tops are doing some mad damage to the pals, right? Okay? That's what they're doing on the eastern side of the hemisphere, right? But over here on the western side of the hemisphere, the fucking saucer tops are trying to be like Master Splinter, be down in the goddamn sewers, boosting their IQ with the ooze or whatever. You know, you know. You know, I don't think it's coincidence that Hasidic Jews are statistically the smartest people on the planet, and Hasidic sounds a lot like acidic, and they're from the sewers, like the Ninja Turtles, with the ooze. So the saucer tops are, you know, rhymes with ooze. Oh, shit. So that's how we'll talk about saucer tops. How? See, I feel like at this point, we could talk about, I'm allowed to talk about black people, so I'll just refer to them as black people. See, chat, it's all about how you say things. When you say it like that, it sounds so rude, doesn't it? I'll just refer to them as black people. It still sounds racist. I can't refer to them all as Tyrones. That's more racist. I can't refer to them as just Americans because they want to be all lumped together. They want to be their own little thing. This reminds me of a story when my friend, the duck quackers, he asked me, he goes, how come you guys don't get upset about the word cracker the way we do about the N-word? And I thought about it for a few seconds and I said, well, it probably has something to do with I don't walk around and see other white people and go, hey, that's my tribe right there. What's up? Cracker, what's good, dog? I don't identify with other white people the way you guys instantly identify with each other. You guys have this like weird little like bond thing, and then you guys just have decided that like, yo, the code word to be in this club is this word. And you have to have the prerequisite of not being white. He's like, they'll let Puerto Ricans say it. So like, it's not about being African American. No. It's just about getting back at the whites. You got to get back at the whites. The whites did too much for too long. It's time to get back at them. And you know, we've already learned, George Floyd taught us this, if black people get riled up in the streets, the the wild whites come out the woodwork. The wild whites just come firing out the woodwork with their pitchforks, being like, we told you they were crazy. They're ruining the country. You know what I mean? So you have to get back at us whites in a way where it's not going to cause an uproar with the wild whites. Now, I don't condone the wild whites, nor do I condone the wild blacks, nor the wild saucer tops. I don't condone anything wild other than speech. Actions should be conservative. Words should be wild. You know what I'm saying? We can write a book about a post-apocalyptic world. Let me try that again. A post-apocalyptic world. But we should not create a post-apocalyptic world. Do you see what I'm saying? Do you see what I'm saying? Actions should be conservative. Words should be wild. And that's a stance I'm willing to stand on. And I'll fight. I'll fight for that. I'll fight for that right now. No, nobody wants to fight about it. Okay, so let's see. We got the FBI came out. Now, since Sam decided not to grace us with his presence, because who knows, I'm not going to say anything more than that. I'll keep my anger for private. I'll get political today. Fuck it. So, the FBI, aka the fucking bureaucrats in charge, okay? They're in charge of like the Jeffrey Epstein stuff and you know the Trump shooting stuff. You know, like supposedly the FBI's got all that, right? So when Trump was running and he was running with the MAGA group, you know, the Cash Patels and the RFK Juniors and the Tulsi Gabbards and the Pete Hegseths, you know what I mean? When he was running with all those dudes, a lot of those dudes, like Cash Patel, who's now the director of the FBI, would go on stage or go on a news interview or a podcast or something, and he'd go, you know, I just think it's bullcrap that they won't tell the American people the truth. We need to know the truth about Epstein. We need to know why there's nobody in jail other than Ghislaine. We need to know who and what Thomas Crooks was up to, who he was working with, who he was affiliated with, how he didn't have any social media footprint. They'd go on all these rants talking about the FBI is clearly corrupt and we're going to get in there and we're going to change it. And wouldn't you know it, chat? Just like I predicted, these guys got in there. You know what they said the other day? Well, you know, it's like, I'm not here to tell people what they want to hear. I'm here to tell them the truth. And I looked over the file, and I've worked in this, and I've worked in that. And one time I visited a detention center. If politicians keep answering questions like that, I'm going to go Mangione. I swear to God. It's so annoying. It's like, I understand it works for retards and all you little sheep out there that are impressed by him saying, oh, well, you know, I was a fucking district attorney and I worked in the courthouse and one time I visited a detention center. And so, like, somehow that gives him credit on to know whether Jeffrey Epstein killed himself somehow, even though it's not related at all. And then he goes, no, I'm not saying you should trust me, but I've looked over the file and he killed himself. Okay. Well, I have three things to say. I don't care if he killed himself as much as I care about where are all the other people that should be arrested. Number two, what the fuck does that have to do with anything? Huh? I visited a detention center and we worked in a courthouse. And somehow, because you read a file, you know, like all that puts together in your brain and you, without a reasonable doubt, because you complimented an egomaniacal freakazoid enough that he gave you a position that you probably would have never gotten any other way. I'm not trying to be rude about it, but it's just the truth. And now you're just out here being like the robot that they all were before you. You gotta believe us. I read the file. No, I don't. I'm not gonna believe you. And three, they had many years to change the file. The people that gave you that file, hey, you're not supposed to just read a file. You remember when you were like, we're going to get in there, we're going to uncover the truth. The truth isn't written down in a file. Sure, it's classified and only a few people get to see it, but the truth isn't there. You have to go find the truth. You don't just open a fucking, hey, if I write top secret on this and hand it to you, Mr. Patel, will you then look at it and be like, yep, this is 100% true because it was classified and it said top secret, so now it's real. You got to do your own shit. You can't just be like, I flipped through 5 pages of the file and one time I was at a detention center. Looks like suicide to me, man. Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah, dude. And it's like, don't give me this bullshit like the people that want to defend him and be like, well, you get in there and you have like 1,000 things to do. It's like, don't campaign that you're going to do it on day one and then act like it's not a priority anymore and act like we're delusional for wanting to care about it. You got the job because you said those things. And now you're annoyed that we want you to do said things. That's like begging to get a job at a restaurant, like begging. Like you go out for 1.5 years and you campaign for the job. You talk about how great you would be at the job. I've cooked. I cooked at my mom's house. I cooked at my grandma's house. My uncle is fucking from Italy. He taught me everything I know. Like you campaign for the job, unbelievably hardcore, right? Then you get the job, and on your first day, you're like, well, what the fuck? I seriously have to cook? No, see, I wanted the, no, listen, I wanted the job because the title sounds cool. Head chef of a 5-star restaurant. That sounds good. I wanted that. But now that I get here and you want me to cook, it's like, what do you want me to do? Oh shit, cuz. Yo, I'm bleeding like a motherfucker. What the hell? You scratch a scab and all of a sudden you're fucking gushing bloods. So, you know, you get these people and then they just like, they never cease to amaze me with how quick they turn. And then the thing that makes me more mad, okay, is the people that will follow them even after they fail, right? Like, I'm just saying, if I campaign to be a head chef at a 5-star restaurant for 1.5 years, and then I get said job, and one of the things I campaigned on was I'm going to change the menu day one. Day one, the menu's getting an upgrade. The menu's going to be so fire. You guys, it's going to be transparent what ingredients are going in there. And you're going to know how many calories it is. Like, everything's going to be on the up and up day one of me being head chef. And then let's fast forward, and I've been head chef for, I don't know, let's say 100 and some days. Like 120 some days, right? Let's say that's the case. And I haven't changed a single thing on the menu. And I say, but listen, guys, you have to trust me. Sorry, it really bothers me when the blood is just streaming down my leg. You have to trust me. I'm going to change the menu. And actually, now that I've opened the menu and I've read the menu's not that bad. It might not even need tweaked at all. And I know I said I was going to change the menu, but I'm not here to tell you what you want to hear. I'm here to tell you the truth. See how no matter what circumstance it is, it's just not an acceptable answer. Like, especially when we're talking about, I don't know, the lady in charge of the FBI before you said there was thousands of videotapes recovered of children being sexually, stuff. That sick, gross stuff. You know what I mean? So I'm just trying to figure out why the fuck you're not taking it seriously anymore. And you're just reading a file somebody handed you that 6 months ago you said you didn't trust. That's insane. So the question is, chat, is Kash Patel has read the file and he says it was a suicide. Do we believe him? Do we believe him? Do we believe him? The question is, who cares? That's not what we're all upset about. We don't actually give a shit how he died. We just want to know why there's so many empty jail cells inside. Because too many kids got touched and not enough handcuffs. So what the fuck, Kash Patel? I'm here to call your bluff. Get us the info we want. Start a fucking political manhunt. We need to arrest these pedophiles. Let them rot for a while. Kash Patel, do your fucking job. You know what I'm saying, chat? Do you know what I'm saying? Maybe if I sing it. Maybe if I sing it. Because Miss Rachel's in a bunch of trouble right now because she sings songs. Kanye's in trouble because of songs. Maybe I can get in trouble for my Kash Patel do your fucking job song. Yeah. N-word HH word. Yeah. N-word HH word, said Kanye. Chad, have we seen the Kanye song? Is he insane? Does he just want to see his kids? Or is he a black Nazi? Can Kanye be the first person to unite the Aryan Brotherhood and the black faction in prison over the song N-word, hail N-word? Or N-word, hail H-word? Yeah. You can't even say H-word on. What's a good nickname? Okay, King Saucer Hat Hunter. Can you be a black Nazi? Kanye's claiming he's one. His new song says, and I quote right before the chorus, it goes, "I got all this fame and all this money, and I still can't see my children. So that's why I went on Twitter and became the fucking villain. So N-word, hail H-word." Yeah, and then the chorus just says N-word, hail H-word over and over again. And I will refer to the H-man as the head saucer hunter. HSH. Okay? So the H-man, the head saucer hunter, was hunting down the saucer tops. Are we following along? Kanye hippies? Hippies? Hippies and the head saucer hunter don't really align on many things. As a matter of fact, the main thing the hippies were about was no war, and the head saucer hunter was about that action. About that action. Killing saucers brings him satisfaction. He would turn it into a Kennywood attraction if it wouldn't cause international factions to go insane and start a war. 'Cause we can't take the saucer tops no more. You're mad about World War II, but wait till 4. 'Cause number 3's coming soon. The saucer tops are starting World War III. Bro, but what a comeback, actually. Think about that, chat. Think about if the saucer tops were the victims of World War II. If they come back and they start World War III, that's like, you know what I mean? That's a big comeback. You let the saucer tops come back and start the next World War after being the target of the last one and being a main culprit in the ignition of the first one? Chad, I know the internet doesn't want me to notice patterns, but I just thought of something. If you're at the center, I better not say that. Okay, yep. Okay. The head saucer hunter was a bad guy. Yep, pattern's bad. Saucer hunter guy, yeah, bad. Yep, all bad. Let's see. What else is there? We'll get a little bit less political, less in the territory of danger. We'll lighten up the mood. So the Star Wars conspiracies are running rampant because of Fortnite. Fortnite has made a Darth Jar Jar skin. Darth Jar Jar, chat. Now, the theory has long been said that Jar Jar is a secret Sith. Or a Jedi. Or something. I don't fucking know. I'm not a super big Star Wars fan. But I do know it's been a topic for a long time that Jar Jar should not be a main character, but is. Should not have everything go his way, but does. So ergo, he's probably a Jedi or a Sith. That was the rumor. But nobody had ever, George Lucas never acknowledged it. Disney never made anything about it until Disney and Fortnite collab on a Star Wars season. And the main skin, a skin that you have to earn experience in order to buy it. Think about what I just said. You can't just buy it day one. Oh, no. You can't have Darth Jar Jar if you just load up the game and spend cashola. No, you gotta go crank some 90s and clap some cheeks. You know what I mean? You have to get 1.5 million experience in order to unlock the ability to spend money on Darth Jar Jar, which has the Star Wars community up in a tizzy. Well, this season was to promote the 2 upcoming Star Wars shows and 1 movie, and supposedly they're getting away from the DEI bullshit. That's what they're claiming, and we'll see. But they're trying to make a big launch for this new season, so the question is this a hint? Is Jar Jar going to make an appearance with a Sith or Jedi ability? Or is this just one more way to get the nerds that love Star Wars talking about Star Wars again? I don't know. But I do know for a fact that the collabs for Fortnite are not all about the money. They can't be all just about the money. Sure, it's about the money. But it's not all about the money. Want to know how I know? The Princess Leia skin that they sell, fully cloaked or more cloaked. So she can either have her face exposed or nothing exposed, when everybody knows for a goddamn fact that these nerds would buy the shit out of the Job of the Slut bikini shit she had to wear when Princess Leia was in that fucking, bikini thing. If they had a skin version of that, it would sell like hotcakes. Chun-Li is not one of the highest selling skins in Fortnite because all of the Tekken community decided to start cranking 90s, okay? What they're doing is cranking something else because Chun-Li's got their fat shit, okay? And if you put Princess Leia in the Job of the Slut bikini on GERD, the Star Wars community would fucking bust all over their controllers, and that's why they don't do it, because it's not all about the money. It's about not having jizzy controllers. Valid? Is it valid? Are we talking validities here? So if it was all about the money, they would just sell the Job of the Slut bikini Leia, dude. On GERD. Valid didn't buy either, as you shouldn't, because the one that I'm explaining doesn't exist, because somebody has morals. Somebody said, we cannot get these 10-year-olds that love this game, we cannot tempt them into looking up Princess Leia schmuck, okay? Because, I don't know if you guys know this, but that movie's super old. So that's the one scene. And like it made an impact on a bunch of older people, right? Okay? You get these young kids invested, they're going to look up Princess Leia hot bikini. And what's going to happen is they're going to see 5 of the exact same picture from the movie. And they're going to be like, well, I want video. So then they're going to click on videos, and then fucking Pornhub or something's going to come up, and they're going to see some of the worst acting and highest of liberties taken in a storyline with explicit content you've ever seen. And if you didn't follow what I just said, you need to put down the porn. I kind of feel like, yeah, dude. Well, that's what I'm saying is like, I started this whole thing out, Neil, by saying that like, at least like the Fortnite collab isn't all just about the money. Because if it was, they would sell the Princess Leia slut skin. But the Princess Leia skin they have is her in the white cloak with just her face, or her with that helmet, the dust helmet. They don't have her in any sort of slut styles. Which means that they're okay with just advertising Star Wars, and they don't need to scrounge out V-Bucks from these 10-year-old perverts. Come over to Marvel Rivals, embrace the skank. Well, Marvel Rivals, I heard, is doing some business, man. I heard they're doing some business with the girl from the Fantastic Four. Hey, yeah. Hey, yeah. Emma Frost will crush your head between her thighs or tits. I mean, that's a top 3 way to go of all time. Seriously. Like, if I had to pick best ways to die of all time, that's in contention for top 3. And Venom got cake for days. Damn, bro. Neil's equal opportunity with the glazing of the ass. What it is? Yo, chat. I don't know if you guys pay attention to UFC, but I'm pretty sure everybody knows who Nick Diaz is. Or Nate Diaz. They're the Diaz brothers. They're wild boys. Okay? Well, Nate Diaz recently was on a podcast, and he was talking to the people on the show. And he was like, yeah, I was supposed to be in that Roadhouse movie. I was supposed to have Conor McGregor's role. But I was like, alright, so like I'm gonna fight the main guy who's the new Patrick Swayze. And they told me it was Jake Gyllenhaal, and I said, nah, I'm not about to fight whether it's fake or not. I'm not about to lose to no Brokeback Mountain boy. Nate Diaz is so Giga Chad homophobic that he would not fake fight in a movie against a guy who had fake gay sex in a different movie. That's crazy. That's crazy. Nate Diaz is like, so wait, let me get this straight. You want me to go lose a fake fight to a guy who got butt fucked? Nah, not me. Ain't gonna happen to me. You ain't gonna get me like that. You ain't gonna catch me slipping. Which is so crazy to be that homophobic, but also be a black belt in jiu-jitsu, where there's no possible way to become a black belt in jiu-jitsu without regularly having dudes' nuts within a ruler of your face. Like, he's probably regularly had, now, there be some cloth between it. He's probably had as many nuts dragged across his face as a somewhat slutty girl in college has had in lifetime. In lifetime. Nate Diaz, I don't want you to kill me, but I want you to understand how funny it is to me that you would not fake fight a guy in a movie who fake got butt fucked in a different movie, but yet have had more nuts drag across your face than a semi-slutty college girl's had. That's crazy funny to me. Jake Gyllenhaal recently got ripped. He played a boxer in Southpaw, and he's like trying to change his image. I think he gets a lot of people like Nate Diaz that act different or weird around him because he is literally known as the butt fuck in a movie guy. Like, if you talk about a gay movie, like 8 out of 10 times the movie that gets said is Brokeback Mountain. And he's the guy. And the other guy's dead. So, I think Gyllenhaal was like, I'm going to change my image. I'm going to be this badass boxer in Southpaw. I'm going to be the villain in the new Spider-Man movie. And guess what else? I'm going to be Patrick Swayze. I have no idea who the fuck's in The Notebook. I've never watched The Notebook. But that girl, that Rachel girl, McAdams, that McAdams chick in The Notebook, 10 out of 10. Bro, that's what I'm saying. No, I probably wouldn't do it. I would probably take the movie role, to be honest. I don't think that deeply about it. But like, you put me from high school in a room with Jake Gyllenhaal, I'm gonna be like, oh, that's the gay guy. And like, yeah, dude, I get it. It's probably not fair, and he probably is tortured by it. But you know what? People know your name, guy. People know who you is. You get movie roles. Jake Gyllenhaal is the gay Goodwill James McAvoy. Yeah. Yeah, I agree with that. I agree with what I just said. That Jake Gyllenhaal is the gay Goodwill version of James McAvoy. Sounds gay to me. It is gay. So gay. Bro, and like, I'm sure this has been said by plenty of actual comedians and stuff like that. But like, the audacity of the directors and the producers, like, I get it, it's a horse movie, so it's like, oh, broke back. But like, there's also a gay half rape scene or whatever, and it's called Broke Back. He broke his back. Damn, break your back, fool. Break yourself. That's crazy. That's almost as crazy as Bernie Madoff with all your money, Michael jacked your son. You know what I mean? Like, some of these are just Anthony showed his wiener. You know what I mean? Like, sometimes the name of the person just fits the fucking crime. And sometimes the name of the movie just fits the fucking gayness. That's what it is. So what's up? You guys hear any conspiracies this week? Any fun little doodads for you guys? Well, you guys are thinking of conspiracies. I have a little rant. Okay. I live in a small little neighborhood. Okay? On the edge of a city. Okay? It's like a trailer park. Okay? Now, what you need to understand is, heard, I live in a trailer park, okay? And something that needs to be understood is that there is an actual park inside the trailer park, 2 streets away from me. So I could walk there in 5 minutes, okay? Well, every day that I'm leaving between the hours of 4 p.m. and dark, or coming home between the hours of 4 p.m. and dark, I have to contend with children. Lots of children just running and playing things in the street and riding their bikes, okay? And apparently, the parents are getting annoyed with how we're annoyed or something. I don't fucking know. But these parents, they just sit out there in their little lawn chairs, and then when they see a car, they car, and then the kids scatter to the outside of the road. And I never really had a problem with it. Here's where I have a problem with it. These parents went out and bought signs that they have set up in the center of the road that says, "Slow down, children at play." Hey, go to the fucking park, you lazy piece of shit. It's unreal. There's a park 5 minutes walking distance. They could ride their bikes up there. They can run around. They can play ball. They don't have to be in the street. And then you be like, "Oh, I don't understand why people are going the speed limit on this road. Well, my little Jimmy, I don't want to have to walk to the park 5 minutes away. I want to walk off my porch, set up my lawn chair, and fucking scroll TikTok while I yell, 'Car!' so my kid can just do fucking laps up and down the road. Because that's healthy. That's going to be great for them. Yes. Great. Wonderful. You don't get to fucking throw signs in the middle of the road because you suck at being a parent. It's infuriating. Since when do all these people just get to decide, my life is important, that annoys me, so I'm going to impose this on everybody else so I'm less annoyed? Hey, I don't give a shit that you're a fucking cum dumpster and you threw your legs up, okay? And then you squirted out a piece of shit kid, okay? That doesn't matter to me. What matters to me is I don't want to have to leave 5 minutes early because I have to wait 3 minutes to pull out of my own goddamn parking spot to get onto my road because you went out and bought some signs. You're not special. That sign's not real. I'm not going to follow it. And quite frankly, I hope I hit your kid. Bro, it's infuriating. It's infuriating. Like, it was a minor annoyance before. But now it's infuriating because you act like you're entitled. So now 3 families just come and sit their little lawn chairs on this road. Go put your lawn chairs at the fucking park. Or better yet, sit in the little gazebo up there. Scroll your TikTok in the gazebo. Why the fuck do we have to deal with you on the road? And now, so now what? I have to be extra careful because you suck at being a parent? So now I didn't get to have sex. You got to have all the fun. And now I'm also responsible for your children? Fuck out of here, dude. Fuck out of here. Unless you're going to fucking come slurp me up, dude, I'm running your kid over. You don't get to have the fun of the sex and then put the responsibility of the child on me. Not happening. So either come slurp me or peel your kid off the sidewalk. Yo, that was aggressive as fuck, dude. Peel your kid off the sidewalk? I'm doubling down. Put it on God. I'm not. One person already moved the one sign. It's not like the sign's in the ground. They bought like. The only way I can describe it is they bought like. The floor is wet cones. But say slow down, children at play. They basically got floor is wet cones. And they say slow down, children at play, and then just set them in the center of the road. Oh, dude, it's so annoying. Oh, yeah, Cat 5. It was probably Cat 5. That's Cat 5. But yeah, dude, it's just it bothers me because like, who are you? Who are you? Who entitled you to be like, you know what? I live on this street and I don't feel like walking over 2 streets to the park. So I'm commandeering this road for my children. And if anyone should so drive on this road, like you should be able to drive on this road, well, I'll just have a problem with them. It's like every fucking idiot parent now feels like there's some sort of lord of a manor and they can just do things that they want. It's so annoying. Like, you're not special because you have children. It's insane. It's fucking bonkers, dude. Like the one day I go out there, I wait almost 3.5, 4 minutes to back out of my parking spot because, like I said, the parents are in lawn chairs farther down the road, and the kids are right behind where I'm trying to pull out of. And there's a small girl on a bike, and she has what I could just describe as a blanket tied to a sled, and she's trying to pedal the bike with 2 smaller boys on the sled, but it's not moving because she's a small girl. Okay? And sleds are for snow, not asphalt. Okay? And I'm sitting there with my car in reverse for multiple minutes. If it was an adult, I would have said, what the fuck are you doing? Get the fuck out of my way, you idiot. But no, because it's children, you have to treat children with respect. That's what it is. That's what it is. Parents have this over fucking, like, you know how, like, it's super annoying when, like, a teenager, like a 15 or 16-year-old, starts talking crazy to you? Or, like, crazy? Because you can't really do anything. Because, like, you know in your heart, like, I could fuck you up so hard and teach you a lesson. But you can't, because they're a kid, and everybody will look at you like you're the piece of shit, no matter what. You know what I mean? So, like, you almost feel, like, helpless. And they know that. So teenagers will do this thing where they'll be like, yeah, fuck you, you're a piece of shit, you know? And then you'll get attitude back, and they'll be like, what are you going to do about it? Are you going to hit a child? Like, you can't act like a big man and be a child, okay? But that's what these parents are doing with their small children, right? They're like, if anybody even looks at my child wrong, I have the right to be fucking protective as shit, and I'll go crazy bitch mode, or whatever. You know what I mean? So they justify it by being like, if anybody says anything to my kid, you go do what you want, little Charlie, and if anybody says something to you, I got it. Like, no, that's not how it works. Teach your kid to be fucking respectful. Teach your kid to have a sense of urgency and courtesy. Oh, are those words too big for you, trailer trash? Hey, I know you're probably on welfare and you spit out a couple kids, okay? And now you're on WIC, okay? But my fucking short fuse is burning, okay? And I'm getting triggered by how fucking pathetic of these parents are. Okay, dude? It's what it is. Parents ain't parenting and then getting mad at people for pointing out they suck at being parents. What's up with that? What's up with that? It's all good, bruh. I'm saying his parents be sucking at being parents and then get mad at you if you point out that they suck at being parents. And then they also act like things are different for them because they are parents. That's crazy. Now let's move on to old people. Well, most people don't know how to be parents or want to be parents or understand social responsibility. Fuck them kids, man. Exactly. Now let's talk about the old people, bro. Like, old people are worse than parents, bro. Because it's like, not only did you ruin the entire economy, you got the best years of America, set yourself up for the future. You got Social Security, you got your Medicare, you got all that stuff. Won't be around when I need it, but hey, at least you got it. That's cool. You know, you fucking destroyed the housing market. You guys spent 12 cents and a fucking box of Rice Krispie treats in 1970 on a house that's fucking got 17 rooms, and now through nothing, you've literally done nothing but just live in a house, and now you're basically rich because the housing market's gone so high, but none of us can afford it. But hey, that's our fault for buying coffee or whatever. Yeah, I get it, okay? But then you also just get the fucking, you know, everybody, oh, the insurance rate is so high because old people cost so much money on the health industry. So that's why it cost me fucking $300 and some just to get some antibiotics so my leg didn't explode the other day. Okay? So, because it shouldn't cost that much, but it does because old people cost that much on society. But that's cool because we pay for it with our taxes. And they're not grateful at all. They literally got the best years out of everything, and now they just want to be like, oh, these young kids don't know how to work hard. You didn't work hard. You didn't. You didn't. I'm so sick of people like 50 years old acting like they were in World War II. Okay? The World War II generation, if there was many of them left, I'd listen to their grievances. I'd listen to like, yeah, you guys went and did some fucky shit. Okay? But these dork losers who were like, I fucking walked 2 miles in the snow to get to school. Okay? What the fuck you want me to do? I have to walk 2 miles to get off the poison that you fed me when I was a child. That's cool. Yeah, what's up? Okay? You guys had all the shit. You could buy a car. You could do... It's fucking insane. And then they have the nerve to drive on the road slow as fuck in their expensive cars, being like, oh, I'll go 15 miles an hour under the speed limit because I don't like going fast. Because 50 miles an hour, like, cars didn't even go that fast when I was a kid. Like, when I was a kid, cars went like 60 miles an hour at the maximum. Like, the speed record was 100 at one point. It was crazy. Then they came out with Mustangs, and they went up to 70 miles an hour, and I never liked those. It was too much American muscle for me. So I just like to stick with the Model T, and then I upgraded to the thing. I really like the Prius nowadays, but, you know, it's like, whatever, dude, so now I have this BMW, and I'm just going to drive 15 miles an hour under the speed limit because that's how I like driving slow. And I don't care whose life I interrupt because guess what? I've already lived my life and I've had the best of it. And I know you're going to have to work twice as many hours as I did to afford 1/3 of what I could afford. But hey, I don't care if you get to work on time because, oh my God, that's a squirrel. Let me tap on the brakes. Oh my God. I fucking hate them, dude. Like, dude, 3 things about COVID piss me off. Okay? 3 things about COVID piss me off, dude. Number 1, first and foremost, it literally showed me how stupid humans are. Like, I always knew we weren't the smartest, but COVID was insane because I'm not smart enough to be this much ahead of all these people. Like, it's insane. I can't even, I'm not even smart enough to say what I'm trying to say. That's what and I was smarter than all the peoples. It's fucked up. Okay? And number 2, they shut down the world economy and destroyed 5 years of my life and essentially my future by printing 1/3 of all the bills in circulation and devaluing the dollar by 2/3 in basically a weekend. But on top of all that, the old people made it out. Are we fucking serious? So maybe, just maybe it would have balanced out if there was a bunch of dead old people whose houses went on the market. And it would have dropped the housing market significantly. And it wouldn't seem so dire of a situation. And maybe there'd be places to rent. You know, like the assisted living places. They'd all need, all these resorts would have to have fucking guests and stuff. And then Oh my God, maybe taxes would actually go to roads and stuff instead of your grandmother's 5th hip replacement, because the bitch just won't stop falling down the stairs. Because guess what? She bought a house in 1971 for $12 and a fucking box of Rice Krispie treats, and she'll be goddamn if she sells it while the market's down. She's waiting to get rich as a bitch. Okay, so she's gonna fucking torch that hip. We're gonna pay for it with our tax dollars. But hey, don't worry, guys. Don't fucking worry. You're not gonna get to work on time either, because they're all going 15 miles an hour under the speed limit, and it's like, why didn't you die? COVID was supposed to kill you. The voice, though? What voice? Was I doing a voice? He's doing the Stewie Griffin novel bit? I don't even know what that is. Bro, honestly, bro, if I lived in a big city, it's a good thing I don't live in a big city. Now, chat, this is going to be a category 5. Let's put it up there right off the bat. Okay. It's a good thing I don't live in a big city, because I promise you I would have enough confidence that I would become a vigilante serial killer. On God. Maybe not even a killer. Maybe like Daredevil style. Just really fuck them up. Like hardcore. And maybe every once in a while accidentally kill from like internal bleeding or something. But like, killing's not the main objective. But I just like, oh dude, if I just lived in a big city, there's no way in hell I wouldn't just fucking mug these old people. I would beat the You remember how during COVID everybody was like, Chinese people are getting beat up in the street. Stop the Asian hate. You wait till I go on my spree, bruh. If I move to a city, hey FBI, I'll make your job easy. If I move to a big city and crime goes up against old people, it's moi. Oh. No, I don't even know. Yeah, I was just in the moment, bro. I don't even know what voice I did. Fuck, I wish I could do it again. I was just feeling it. I was in the moment. I was living it. Oh, dude, I'm just saying, man. It's like, I'm going to be old someday, and young people will feel that way about me. But you know what the difference between me and all these old people will be? I have a courteous mind. If I'm driving by myself, I'll drive whatever speed I feel comfortable. Whether it be 90, the speed limit, most of the time the speed limit, officer. Whatever it be, I drive the way I want. But let's say I'm chilling, I'm driving. It's a road. You know what I mean? Because that's where you drive. I'm driving on the road. It's late at night. There's nobody on the road. Just cruising. You know what I mean? Semi on this side. I go to pass the semi, I'm not really taking my time. All of a sudden, headlights come flying up behind me. Chat, do you know what I do? Do you think I stay next to the semi for 8 miles? Or do you think I say, let me get out of this guy's way because I can see he's going faster than I am in the lane that I'm going? Because that's what people that notice things do. And then I go, let me hit the... And I go forward, and then I safely get a safe distance in front of the truck. See, chat, this is the thing about courtesy. It's not just tunnel vision courtesy. You've got to have surround sound courtesy, okay? So not only am I going to get out of the fucking speeding dude's way, I'm going to get far enough in front of the truck that he's not going to have to worry about touching his brakes on this mountain. Now, isn't that crazy? But no, how many times in my life have I been in that exact situation where I'm the guy coming up on those people, and those people just sit there, and they'll go... Okay? And this is how it is. Semi, this car, semi, this car, semi, this car, and they do that for about, I don't know, too fucking long. And then finally, I get annoyed and I start riding this person's ass. Or I flick them with the headlights. I go, flick, flick. You know what I mean? I don't honk horns, chat. I don't honk horns. I hate horns. If Sam was here, he'd tell you. But he's not. But we're not going to talk about that. We're not gonna talk about it. I don't honk horns, so I fucking hit the headlight, flick, flick. I'll get right up on their ass and then back off, and then get right up on their ass and then back off, and then hit flick, flick. And sometimes they'll be like, oh shit, this guy wants to get past, and then they'll go forward, or sometimes they'll slow down and go behind it, and then I can just, you know what I mean? But why does it take that long? It's because these people live in their own little world, and they have no consideration. Zero. And that's the difference. Is for some reason, all these fucking old people lost their consideration along the way. But not me. When I'm old and I'm slow, oh, best believe I will allot for the time to stay in the slow lane. Or I'll press the gas pedal. But if I don't feel confident enough in my cognitive abilities because I'm 89 and I drank too much in my life, well then maybe just possibly real slow in the slow lane the whole way, not impeding anybody's business. Oh, and this is a PSA to truckers. Hey, I just drove to Florida like last week. Why the fuck every single time I saw a sign that said no trucks or vehicles over 6 axles, over 6 wheels in the left lane. And always, every single time within 2 minutes of seeing that sign, I would see a fucking semi-truck in the left lane. Hey guys, I just got done saying how I'm courteous to you and I try not to cut you off and give you space, okay? So why don't you guys quit being dickheads? I get it. You're on the road all the time. And, I'm never going to see this guy again. But one of these days, you're going to get pulled out your fucking cab and you're going to get Mangione. Dude, chat, I'm on one today. I'm violent. I feel violence in my heart today. Name a fucking set of peoples. I'll tell you what I would like to do to them violently. Other than the saucer tops. We're not talking about violence against the saucer tops. We're not talking about violence against the saucer tops. Pick anything else. Here at the Hurricane of Thoughts, we do not promote violence against saucer tops, aka the JOOs. Big titty goth chicks. Okay. Well, that's a different type of violence I would like to do. If we're being quite frank, okay? My name's Josh. But if we are being quite frank, I would like to say that the violence that I would put on most big titty goth chicks would involve ratchet straps, a table with built-in hydraulics, like an earthquake table at the Science Center, a candy to apple for effect. Maybe I could take it or leave it on the cuffs. Woman's choice. I can do well with pig ties, hog ties, whatever. Don't matter. But anyway, imagine, chat. So imagine. Oh no, they're gonna get hurt, but they're gonna like it. Okay. So now, chat. We've all remember waking up at 1 a.m. Follow along, chat. It's going to be a big circle, but we're going to get there, okay? Do you guys remember waking up at 1 a.m. and George Lopez was on? And it was always the intro to the song. Now, I don't know if it's because the song was so much louder, or if just music wakes people up, or if there's just something hypnotic about that song. I don't really know what it is, but we've all woken up and seen George Lopez in the beginning song. The low rider gets a little higher. Okay? And there's a car, and it's a low rider, and it's going. It was so loud, I fucking hated it. Yeah, but we all remember it, okay? So we all know what I'm talking about when I say lowrider. Now, let's pretend let's pretend. Let's pretend I'm one of the guys from 50 Shades of Grey. Okay? Let's pretend I'm one of the guys from 51 Shades of Grey and I have like a sex dungeon, right? Okay? And in said sex dungeon, I have a table. Some people would call it a milking table. Some people would call it a sex playground table. Some people would just call it a not dinner table. But I would have a table that had hydraulics on every leg so it could do the low rider George Lopez car trick. So the table's going like this, right, Jet? Follow along. Follow along. Okay? So then what you do is you get some ratchet straps. Okay? Now, I'm not calling the girl ratchet, but we are using ratchet straps. So, I don't know what that means. I just figured I'd point it out. But we're going to use ratchet straps. We're going to ratchet strap her to the table. But in a specific position, similar to the position you would put a pig in at a pig roast. And that's where the candy apple comes in. So now she is ratchet strapped to a hydraulic table in my sex dungeon, candy apple in the mouth for dramatic effect. Okay? Now, what happens is, I have John Wick, he presses a button, the wall opens up, there's all types of weapons. I've got that too. But for me, it's different types of switches, slappers, and sticks. Okay? So I've got a Weeping Willow switch, I've got a cherry switch, I've got a whip from snmbondage.com. I've got a fuzzy whip from adamandeve.com. I've got all types of things. I've got a wind turbine that auto slaps the ass. You set it up while you're on the table, and then it's like a goddamn water wheel, but an ass slapping water wheel. And I call it that, a water wheel instead of a turbine now, because shit gets wet. Okay? So then you put the bitch on a ratchet strap, you choose your weapon. Fighter, choose your weapon. That's when I fucking heard him. Oh, I heard him so good, chat. Oh, chat, I heard him so good. Oh, they're screaming so loud. Oh, shit, chat. Big titty garbage. Screaming loud. That's what it is. So, Neil, big booty black babes. Okay, let's talk about it. So this is a thought I had recently. I've been nervous to bring it up. But I feel like this is a safe space where we can talk about kinks. We can talk about kinks in a safe way here. Now, or fetishes, kinks. Fetishes are something you need. Kink is just, it's kink. Okay. So, I understand racism is bad. Okay? And history is full of racism. Okay? I don't know what the fuck that means. Shit, what was I fucking saying just now? God damn it. Oh, yeah, okay. So, racism's bad. We all agree. I agree. But kinks are something that, take some things that are bad, right? And make them hot, right? Okay, so for instance, I knew a girl who liked surprise stuff. Like, she liked when her boyfriend would just show up and just in the middle of the night, and then aggressively grab her and be like, we're doing this. And that was a thing for her. Now, we can understand how if that wasn't a thing for her, that would be very, very bad, right? Very, very bad. If she wasn't into that and didn't specifically tell him, hey, I'm into this, please do this to me someday. If he just showed up at her house unannounced broke in essentially, and then grabbed her and said, "This is mine and I'm taking it," we all agree that that sounds a little bit like rape without being a G. Now, we can agree that that's bad, and she is a kink. That's why it has its own name. And that's okay, right? Like, we're not going to shame her for that kink. So now, if raping without being a G is bad, but her kink for liking that style of play, consensual non-consent is what I believe it's called, that's not a bad thing. So, I have a question when it comes to the badness of racism. Let's say I want to role play some slave stuff. Okay? Now hold on. Get it. That's fucked up, Josh. You can't say that. You can't. That's like domination with extra steps. I get it. But what if that's not what I had in mind? See, you're thinking that I'm thinking, hey, little black girl, fucking wash my dishes and then wash my balls with your tongue. Ah, slave. You know what I mean? Whatever the fuck. You know what I'm saying? But that's not what I'm thinking. I'm thinking how crazy it would be if, like, we could do some role play where, like, she was trying to, like, break away. You know what I mean? But then I stopped her. So then I can bind the two. I can bind slavery. Okay, this is a cat bind. I can bind slavery kink, okay, with consensual non-consent kink, okay, with a black girl. That's the real KKK, chat. That's the real KKK. There's definitely a southern white guy who pays a black prostitute to she better charge extra. Chat, I'm telling you right now, if ever in my life I come across a black prostitute and we get to chatting for whatever reason, you know what I mean, maybe she just wrote a book or something and I'm buying the book. Who knows? Wife is crazy. But say I'm talking to her and then she starts telling me, yeah, the craziest thing in the book is like, there's this one guy who would pay me and he just wanted me to come and he wanted me to be in like tattered clothes and he wanted me to say, yes, massa, yes, massa. And that's what he wanted me to do. And like, he really didn't like have sex all that much. Just he made me clean his apartment. And then every once in a while he'd kiss me and say, don't tell anybody. I'll be destroyed. You know, I'm sure that that's happened. And if she didn't charge extra for that, just on pure dignity, I don't know what's going on. You know what I mean? Because I know for a fact when Kanye went and got that fucking jeweled out swastika, Kanye has, I have Gengar bling. Kanye has a jeweled out swastika. Now, I'm not trying to be fucking racist here, but he definitely got that from a saucer top, okay? So he went to a saucer top to get made a fucking studded out Nazi symbol. He paid a saucer top for a Nazi symbol, and if that saucer top didn't charge extra money, he's got a hole in his saucer, dude. Bro, I can only imagine if people were to hop in right now, how wild you'd be. Oh, what'd I do? What? Talking about slave kinks isn't fun? Wait, is that bad? Are we talking about? So I can't have a black girl call me master. You mean what if I have a Star Wars kink and I want her to be Jar Jar Binks? Then she can call me master, right? All I'm saying is, oh shit. Yeah, you can call me master, not daddy. Daddy's white girl shit. You know I don't fuck with white girls. White girls say daddy. See, I don't even accept Poppy because that's not white girls. But massa? Bitch, call me massa? Hey. what it is, bro. Listen, I've never been a part of the Underground Railroad, but I appreciate their cabooses. You know what I'm saying? Those cabooses are nice. Yeah? Nah, you wild. What, dude? I'm not allowed to say I've never been a part of the Underground Railroad, but their cabooses be nice? Come on, man. I'm the conductor of this show, and I'm saying let's run these trains. Yeah. Oh, shit. And if I'm up front throwing the coal in the steam engine, I might walk out of there with blackface. And then she can call me, you know, Max that starts with M. She can call me a word that starts with the letter before that. Yeah. M-N. Oh, no, after that. Yeah. What a wonderful world. For me, it's a wonderful world. For you. What a crazy world. Yeah, bro. Yeah, I've got nothing here. I'm supposed to be a guy in that church. Fucking, yeah, what you were saying? You should fucking piss me the fuck off. Let's see. What do we got going on? Let's see. You got the Diddy shit. Literally. Cassie talking about Diddy taking dookies on her chest and shit. That's crazy. Like, it's crazy that, like, Cassie's on stand as the victim, but everybody's coming around from this being like, yo, Cassie's husband is the victim. Because, like, she's every day she gotta go on the stand and be like, yeah, so, like, I was in a room and I sucked off 15 black guys, and then I went into this other room and Diddy peed on me, and then I peed on his friend, and then I went into this other room and this guy came on my face, and then Diddy wanted me to take that jizz and he rubbed it all over his nipples. It was crazy, man. And then also, Diddy, I wanted to leave and he was abusing me and beating me and shit, and I FaceTimed my husband, but like he didn't know I was getting railed in the back or whatever. So like, this dude wasn't dating her yet or something like that, but he liked her, you know what I mean? And like, she was all like, oh, Diddy's such an evil guy. And he was like, I'll save you, my chocolate princess. You know what I mean? He was, I'll save you, sort of God, I'm good. I'll get you out of that fucking baby oil prison. And so he's like FaceTiming her, and he thinks like everything's on the up and up. Like, oh, she loved me. She gonna leave me for the, like, she gonna leave Diddy for me. Everything's gonna be cool. But meanwhile, Diddy got his fucking bodyguard blowing the walls out that bitch like it's the levees of Katrina. You know what I mean? And she's just on FaceTime like, yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, no, it's cool. Yeah, it was crazy day of video shoots. Oh, I made a music video. You know what I mean? Meanwhile, fucking gargantuan Veiny McGraw is back there fucking splitting the Red Sea or whatever. You know what I mean? And it's like, this guy is living in hell right now. She lived in hell, but now he's living in hell because this guy is like, for the last like 8 years since he stole Cassie away from the clutches of the baby oil prison, this guy's been like, oh, I have such a baddie. I saved her. She loves me. I love her. Everything's awesome. And then now, every day for a week, he just has to wake up and go sit on the stand and be a supportive husband while she goes, yeah, so like, it's like, I shit on his knee, and then like, he used that as lube for the girl that was beside me, and then I ate her out, and that gave me pink eye, but Diddy thought that was kind of hot, so like, we did like this pink eye party. It was like, it was crazy. It was 72 hours of just loads on my eye. So, yeah, who's the real victim, Cassie or her new husband? I think the answer is both. I think they're both victims. But also, chat, can we be a little bit honest? I thought there was going to be more guilty stuff about Diddy. You know what I mean? Like, I thought there was going to be more on the trafficking stuff. Like, right now, they're just like, he beat up Cassie and he made her do weird sex stuff. He's a bad guy. And I'm like, yeah, no, like, no, that's cool, but like, I believe that about half of Hollywood. So like, why is he way worse? I thought it was going to be more. You're just telling me he beat up his girlfriend a couple times and made her do weird kinky stuff. And then also, Nicki Minaj is catching shade because Cassie's up there like, I texted Nicki like long time ago and I told her, I said, oh, I don't know what to do. And Nicki said, it's part of the game. You're rich. Millions of girls would give their life to be in your shoes. Suck it up. And that makes me think, yo, what the fuck has Nicki been through, bruh? What has Nicki been through? Is that why Nicki claims she has an alter ego? Because they fucked the sanity out of her? Like, I don't know, did Young Money just put a bunch of old dick in Nicki Minaj until her brain went loopy? I don't know. Speculating. Speculating! Huh. Interessante. Is furry a kink or lifestyle choice? Hmm. Is furry a kink or a lifestyle choice? I guess it depends on who we're talking about. All right, so that's what I was going to say. If we're talking about the people that want to live their everyday life like an animal, that's mental illness. Like those type of furries, they're mentally ill. But like if you're just a normal person, you go to your job, you don't tell anybody about it, but like once a month or something, you dress up like a cute fox and go to a furry party and like you hook up that night. Like I guess that would be a fetish. You know what I mean? But if you are trying to live your life like said animal, that's a mental illness. It's a mental illness because you, my friend, are not a cute wolf. You're not even a cute human. That's why you're trying to be a wolf. But in all actuality, you're a booger wolf. Big old booger wolf. Big old booger wolf. Look at her without her costume. Look at her with it on. Either way, she's not attractive. She's a booger wolf, sing the song. She's a booger wolf, booger wolf. Big old booger wolf. Big old booger wolf. Kill the infidels. Kill the infidels. I'm an Islamic furry. I love the jihad. I'm an Islamic furry. I love canines and God. I mean Allah. Kill the farmer, eat the poo-poo. Kill the farmer, eat the doo-doo. Bro, all I'm saying is like, furries be mad creepy, cuz. Like, when I look at furries, okay, and I think to myself, oh, that does something for me. Do you know what it is? What up, Pink Assassin? What's going on, dude? Not much, dude. Just ranting about furries. How old people should die and ruin the fucking United States. How parents suck at being parents. And I'm going to start splattering their kids with my car if they keep being entitled. Yeah. It's a big day. Oh, and I'm talking about how, like, racism is bad, right? And graping without the G is bad, right? Okay? But consensual non-consent is okay, right? So that's a kink, consensual non-consent. But what if I have a slave CNCC kink? Is that make me evil, or does that make me sexually explorative? Am I a fucking sexual adventurer, or am I reliving the past with extra steps? All I know is, chat, I don't care. I just want to sleep with black girls. They don't have to be slaves, and they don't have to call me master. But I would like to sleep with black girls, and I am white, so it draws up some issues. What's going on with you, Pink? Oh, Pink, what the fuck you been up to, cuz? What have you been doing, Pink? You just been out there collecting dust on your stream, bruh. Like, if I go to your stream right now and I pick it up and I hit it with a... It's going to be a big old dust cloud just falling down. Man ain't streamed fucking Fortnite, man, and I ain't talking about the game. My man ain't streamed since Gerald Ford Washington built the goddamn peanut butter machine or whatever. Oh, chat, my tummy hurts. This new medicine makes me fucking feel like shit. I'm surprised I made it this long, to be honest. I feel like dookie. I feel like poo-poo. I feel like big doggy shit. I just don't want to do it. I want to quit. Damn, bruh. Trouble with the PC. PC. I feel like poop. I feel like poop. I feel like poop. I know you didn't ask, but here's the scoop. I hurt my leg. And I went to the hospital, you see. They gave me medicine. It's gay. It makes me hurt in my tummy. I don't like these meds. I feel like my doctor is a sped. Because it's been 2 days and my leg still hurts. And it's still swollen like a balloon. My doctor was a big buffoon. I'm gonna go Mangione soon. These healthcare workers, they're a bunch of fucking jerkers. They don't actually do their jobs. They're just like Cash Patel, so what the hell? We might as well kill them all. Looney Tunes would have been better? What do you mean Looney Tunes would have been better, dude? Good song? I'm just saying, bruh. Doctors and Looney Tunes? Nah, bro, we don't disrespect Looney Tunes. Looney Tunes is a respected franchise that was ahead of its time and not woke. And these doctors, past their time, woke as fuck, corrupted by the COVID, and quite frankly, most of the time Indian. So get that fucking Habibi bullshit out of here and fucking a-dinga-dinga-dinga-dinga all the way back home. That's category 5. Take your hootie hootie voodoo magic back to the Dotland. To the Dotland. Category 5. And so, it's what it is. Fly in my face. My tummy feels like it's a tsunami rolling over on itself. I don't even know I went to the hospital. They charge too much for health. They think they know something. I can learn the same thing from ChatGPT. Doctors suck and it's expensive as shit. I think they should all just go slit their wrists or at the bare minimum resign and quit because I'm getting sick of this shit. I don't know, chat. I don't know if you can tell, but I'm pretty violent today. Doctors, old people, and bad parents, literally, and homeless people for zero reason are all on the menu of fucking getting beat down randomly. Randomly. I'm singing it in song form so I can get canceled like Miss Rachel. Miss Rachel has been nothing but a beacon of positive light for 5+ years now. And then she just randomly says, hey, you know how I really like children? I don't like seeing them get blown up in Palestine. And then the rest of America, well, not the rest of America, a certain group of saucer top loving peoples started freaking out being like, dude, she fucking loves the caliphate. This bitch fucking hates Jews. I mean, saucer tops. I don't say the J word. For algorithm purposes, not because I hate them. But she gets more attention off of, you know, saying, see, this is interesting. This is interesting. It seems like every other year we have a big debate on this podcast over why it is people that say we shouldn't be killing children are evil. Now, 2 years ago, it was the Roe v. Wade. Row, row, row your rights gently down the stream. Abortions are now just a dream. Okay? But somehow, the people that were on the side of we shouldn't kill babies, they were called the evil ones. And now, here we are 2 years later, with a completely different subject. And somehow the story is still, if you believe babies shouldn't be murdered, you're the bad guy. We've done it. We've discovered what we are. We are a child-killing country. We kill children. That's what we do. Or we at least root it on. We root on the death of children. And quite frankly, if you try to save children, what kind of piece of shit tries to save children? What lunatic in their right mind would try to save a child that has their entire life in unlimited options for the future? Why would we save their lives when we could just let them children die and keep giving all the resources to the people who are going to die on their own soon anyway? Yes, that's exactly what we should do. We are a country that we are the country of Robin Hood. And I mean it like this. We rob from the youth and give to the old. Whether that be money, whether that be opportunity, or whether that just be their motherfucking lives because they're killing children and putting their blood in the adrenochrome and giving it to old people. So, like, here we are, once again, staring the facts in the face. Old people have to go. They are a drain on this earth. Naturally. Do you know why people didn't live as long back in the day? Because if you couldn't contribute or be a part of the fucking tribe, you went bye-byes. And you know what these fucking old people are doing to this country? Sucking down the tribe. The tribe is getting sucked down, and not in a good way. And it's because of the old people. You've ran your course. You had your fun. You had your drive-in movies and your blowjobs and your cocaine without fentanyl, and you had your fucking cheap houses, and you were able to fucking support a family on one income. You guys had it all. Now it's time to go. Now it's time to fucking clock out, you know? You fucking did a number on the country. We're proud of you. You know what I mean? You made a couple good TV shows. Cool. Now can we fucking move on? Can we move on? Hey, if you're over 55 and you don't have savings, just go ahead. Come on down and we'll just end it right there. Now, if you're over 55 and you have businesses, or you have your cognitive abilities, or you have a chauffeur or something, and you have a setup where you can give young people opportunities and maybe forge a relationship where you pass shit on, that's fine. You don't have to go. But if you're 55 and you're still waking up every day, popping 8 Tylenol to go to the fucking steel mill or whatever fucking bullshit job you have, and you're still living paycheck to paycheck, hey, chalk it up, cuz. Hey, chalk it up. Hey, pack the fucking bags. Pop an extra 8 tomorrow morning. Take down 16 Tylees. You know what I mean? And just fucking go to sleep. We don't need you. We never needed you. Except for when you made us. And we don't even like that about you. So I don't know if you guys have noticed. None of us like being here. You kind of fucked us. You fucked us real good. This episode's going to come back to bite me in the ass. An old lady's going to die tonight under mysterious circumstances, and I'm going to get knocked on the door tonight. For sure. Well, I think that's it. I think I'm going to call it there. Did 136 by myself. Yeah, this is why we live on Allegedly Lane. I'm not worried. Let the FBI come, bruh. I'm squeaky clean, bruh. I ain't leave no evidence. I mean, I didn't commit no crimes. Yeah. I ain't commit no crimes. So come get me, dog. Hey. Alright, well, G fucking G's, chat. I'm gonna call it there. We had a fun, wild episode. I'm losing energy. My tummy hurts. I need to go drink some ginger ale. My tummy. It really, really hurts. My tummy. Damn, bro, I'm eating dinner. Damn, what's wrong? Are you saying, damn, my tummy hurts? That sucks, but, like, you're eating dinner? Or, like, you don't want me to end the show? Like, I don't fucking know. I wanted to play games. Oh, I'm going to play games. I might go live again later, too. I don't really know, but I have to go to the pharmacy. That's why I haven't been drinking much. But I will definitely... I mean, I could probably put a video on and then come back and stream. I probably could do that. Well, either way, I'm playing games, on or off stream. It doesn't matter. I'm going to play some games, but I have to go take care of some stuff. And that is that. Alright, well, fucking GG's, chat. G motherfucking G's. We had a wild episode. Wild indeed. How many people do we have? Fuck. Oh, they're open Pokemon cards. What's up, dude? Damn, two hot black girls open Pokemon cards. One's dressed like an Umbreon. Oh yeah, we raiding that. Hey yo, chat. I never in my whole life. Hey yo, chat. Boys down bad. Hey, boys down bad. In there with a white guy. I'm in there, chat. I'm down bad. Chat down bad. shit.